It appeared. Out of nowhere. Silent. Impossible. No one was ready for what came next. Weeks ago, telescopes picked up a signal. Not from any known star or planet. It was steady, deliberate, almost purposeful. Scientists scrambled. Nothing in the textbooks explained it. At first, it was just a flicker on the monitors. A blip, barely noticeable. The kind of thing that normally gets ignored. Background noise, cosmic interference. But this time, it didn't disappear. Hours passed, then it came again. Same frequency, same rhythm. Too precise to be random. The team looked at each other. No one spoke at first. They had seen strange things before. Space is full of strange things. Exploding stars, collapsing galaxies, radiation storms that travel for millions of years. But those things follow rules, predictable rules. This did not. Nearby stars pulsed normally. Planets followed their paths. Gravity behaved exactly as expected. The universe looked calm. Yet inside the monitors, something else was happening. The signal returned again. A quiet pulse. Then silence. Then another pulse. Almost like breathing. Computers started analyzing the data. Algorithms scanned every detail. Frequency, timing, signal strength. At first, nothing made sense. Patterns appeared, then disappeared again. Like shadows moving behind a curtain. Some nights, the signal stopped completely. The room would fall silent. Screens glowing softly in the dark. For hours, nothing. Then suddenly, the signal returned. Stronger, cleaner, more deliberate. As if something had adjusted it. Equipment was checked again and again. Cables replaced. Antennas recalibrated. Software reinstalled. Every possible error was eliminated. Still, the signal remained. One scientist leaned back in his chair. He stared at the waveform on the screen. It rose. It fell. Then rose again. Perfect symmetry. He whispered something quietly. It almost feels alive. No one responded. But no one disagreed either. Months passed. The signal became part of their lives. Morning coffee beside glowing monitors. Late nights filled with quiet observation. Some scientists stopped going home early. They wanted to see the signal themselves. Not just read reports about it. Something about it felt important, unfinished. Like a sentence that had not yet ended. Outside the lab, the world moved normally. Cars filled the streets. Cities glowed at night. People scrolled through their phones. Most of humanity had no idea anything unusual was happening. But inside that small room of scientists, everything felt different. Because every few minutes, the universe spoke again. Softly, through a pulse of radio energy. Then one night, something changed. The signal didn't just flicker. It repeated. Exactly. Same distance between pulses. Same structure. Not random. Not natural. Deliberate. The room grew quiet. Someone began recording every second. Another scientist opened a new analysis model. The numbers started lining up. Perfect intervals. Perfect spacing. Like the ticking of a cosmic clock. They traced the direction of the signal. It pointed toward a distant region of space. Roughly 200 light-years away. Toward a place that was supposed to be empty. No stars. No nebulae. No known objects. Just darkness. Astronomers had scanned that region many times before. Nothing interesting had ever appeared there. Until now. Someone jokingly gave it a name. The address. At first, the nickname felt harmless. But the longer the signal continued, the less like a joke it felt. Because 200 light-years carries a strange meaning. It means the signal left its source 2 centuries ago. Long before modern astronomy existed. Long before radio telescopes. Long before humanity had the technology to listen. Which raises an uncomfortable thought. If something sent that signal, it did so before we were capable of hearing it. Either it knew we would eventually learn to listen, or it has been broadcasting for far longer than anyone imagined. Both possibilities feel impossible. And yet, the signal continued. Day after day. Quiet. Patient. Never rushing. Never stopping completely. Almost as if time meant nothing to it. The scientists tried responding. They transmitted signals back toward the source. Simple pulses. Mathematical sequences. Basic patterns that any intelligent system might recognize. Then they waited. Minutes passed. Hours passed. Days passed. Nothing changed. The original signal kept arriving. Unaltered. Unconcerned. As if our response didn't matter. Or perhaps, as if it had already expected it. The team began noticing something else. Tiny variations hidden inside the signal. At first they looked like noise. random fluctuations in energy. But when mapped carefully, those variations formed a structure, a second rhythm buried inside the first, a quieter pattern, almost like a heartbeat inside a breath. The discovery unsettled everyone, because natural phenomena rarely hide patterns inside patterns, but intelligence often does. No one said that word out loud, not officially. Scientists are careful with language, they prefer evidence over speculation. Yet the thought lingered in every mind. Late at night, the lab felt different. Lights dimmed, machines humming softly. Outside the windows, the sky stretched endlessly. Stars looked peaceful, but peace can be deceptive. Somewhere out there, something had sent a signal that had crossed 200 years of space, just to reach Earth. One evening a researcher stared at the data timeline. He noticed something strange. The signal repeated every 73 seconds. Exactly. Not approximately. Exactly. 73 seconds. Over and over again. That kind of precision is rare in nature. Almost everything in the universe fluctuates slightly. Stars wobble, planets drift, radiation shifts, but this signal never drifted, never wavered. Perfect timing, perfect structure. And the longer they watched, the stronger it became. Not louder in volume, but clearer, as if whatever produced it was slowly refining the transmission, removing interference, sharpening the message. The team tried mapping every pulse on a timeline. Hours of signals turned into days. Days turned into months. Eventually the data filled entire servers. Charts covered the walls of the lab. Waveforms layered over each other. Patterns connecting across time. Some scientists became obsessed. They spent nights staring at the signals frame by frame, searching for meaning hidden in the repetition. Others felt uneasy, because the signal never behaved randomly. Random things drift, random things fade. This signal did neither. It persisted, steady, patient, almost aware. One night the lab lost power briefly. For a moment everything went dark. Computers shut down. Monitors went black. Silence filled the room. Then the backup systems restarted. Screens flickered back to life. And there it was again. The signal. Right on schedule. As if it had been waiting for them to return. No one spoke for several minutes. Because in that moment, the signal felt less like a discovery. And more like a presence. Not threatening. Not aggressive. Just present. The universe suddenly felt less empty. For centuries, humanity believed space was silent. We searched for signals across the stars, listening for anything that might answer. Most of the time we heard nothing, just static, endless cosmic noise. But silence can be misleading. A forest can seem silent at night, until you realize everything inside it has simply gone still. Listening, watching, waiting. The same might be true for the universe. Perhaps it was never silent. Perhaps we simply didn't know how to hear it. And now, for the first time, we might have heard something back. The signal continues today, still repeating, still precise, still impossible to explain. Some scientists believe it will eventually reveal a pattern we can decode. Others believe it may remain a mystery forever. A whisper from somewhere we may never understand. But one fact remains certain. Something happened in the darkness of space. Something that sent a signal across centuries. A signal that arrived exactly when humanity became capable of listening. Coincidence? Or intention? No one knows. And maybe that uncertainty is the most unsettling part of all. Because it reminds us of something easy to forget. Our planet is small. Our sun is only one star among hundreds of billions. And our galaxy is only one among trillions. Somewhere inside that enormous ocean of stars, something may have spoken. Quietly, patiently, waiting for someone to notice. Maybe that someone is us. If this idea feels uncomfortable, that's okay. Because discomfort often appears when we realize the universe is larger than we imagined. And sometimes, more aware than we expected. So tonight, when you look up at the sky, remember something simple. The stars may look silent, but silence doesn't always mean emptiness. Sometimes, it means something is listening. Stay curious, keep looking up. And if you want to follow the mysteries we uncover next, subscribe quietly. Because the universe rarely reveals its secrets to those who stop searching.